Hello there, my name is David Kraft. This is an interesting phenomenon in English. It's the had. So basically it's a very silly game that schoolboys like to play, certainly in the past. And it's where you've got four hads together. In fact, in this instance, we can get a sentence together which has got 9 hads, and it makes sense. Now this is how it works. So basically in the scenario, you've got 2 students, James and John, and in the English test the English teacher asks the students to describe a man who'd suffered from a cold in the past. Right? Now John writes, the man had a cold. Because it's in the past, technically you have to use another auxiliary verb. You have to use had as an auxiliary verb. So he marks that incorrect, but James writes the correct. The man had a cold because it was in the past. And this has had a better effect on the teacher. Now the expression with all the hads can be as follows. And I'm going to say it first of all with exclamation marks so you can understand it. And there's a subordinate clause, and that's what makes it understandable. James, while John had a better effect on the teacher. Alright, so let's put punctuation in so you can understand it. So you've got James, comma, while John had, which is incorrect, comma, had, semicolon, then you explain what you're talking about, had a better effect on the teacher. I'm going to do it now with the commas and so forth, so you get another grip to it. It's basically pluperfect or past perfect as it's called nowadays. James, comma, while John had inverted commas, comma, had inverted commas, had semicolon, had in inverted commas, had a better effect on the teacher. And if you are to say it quickly without all the inverted commas and the punctuation, it would be as follows. James, while John had a better effect on the teacher. Many thanks. Bye bye.